Oh, I did. Here he is. Anyway, what do you guys think? I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna. Contrary to what some people suggest, we don't actually force stuff on you, but but if you guys want,
Not that bad.
we can try. I just kind of like how it's smaller. That's like the main thing that really draws me to it. And Captain, I don't know where Captain's going. Captain, in a minute, just stand like behind the made-up bar. Christ, my throat's not doing well today, guys. Anyway, obviously we'll have the BBC, so I'll show you now. So here's a spectator, and they go up into the gallery. Bring. And that didn't work. View's still broken, which is good. Stand where? Oh, Captain, come here. So this part that this little thingy's called the bar. So just stand here for a second. Now, in real life, there'd be an introduction, but because the group just started, it's kind of impractical. No, there's not an introduction, unfortunately. We don't really have the. Actually, what does everyone else think about it? A quick introduction. It depends.
Yeah, let's just go for a quick introduction.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay then, Captain. Did Josh? Can you show me a document that Josh sent you? He should have sent you a little letters pattern. Can you like DM me that? Because I'm gonna need to, you know. Yeah, that's fine. Can I see the screenshot? Just send me that. I'll DM you. Oh man. Okay. That's fine. We can still do it if you really want. I am in a ticket. Yeah, I haven't been focusing though. Okay. Yeah, let's do a fun, quick introduction. All right, come with me, guys. All right, both of you come into this room and pick the rightmost robe. So the one that's right on the right, and don't pick the hat. You pick the hat, Henry. Put on again. Yeah, there you are. Okay, and now we go back. Oh, this being so weird. We kind of have time to kill because obviously Henry's not. I mean, Josh isn't here. Anyway, bring Cap. Here you are. Okay, so this is what we'll do. So Captain, you stand here, and then Henry, you stand behind him, and then you guys are gonna bow, and you're gonna walk in, and then Henry, you can stand here where I'm standing. And Captain, you walk up to me. Captain, you're gonna do your oath, and we'll recite that. And the chair isn't working. I wonder why that is. Great. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a second. Don't know why we're doing an introduction, guys, but why not, I guess. Okay.
Dev, am I able to call the house to order now? Or...
Well, obviously not under these standing orders, but yeah, we should be sitting now. Just say
okay, my lords, the house is in session.
Yeah, essentially. All right, now if you come up here, Henry, we'll do your introduction. Oh, not Henry, Captain. Yeah, and you give me the speech you have, and then I take it, and then I read out the following. If you'll give me a second to get it up. Edward IX, by the grace of God, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of our other realms and territories, King, head of the Commonwealth, defender of the faith, to all lords spiritual and temporal, and all our other subjects whatsoever, to whom these presents shall come, greeting. Know ye that we of our especial grace, mere motion, certain knowledge and mere motion, in pursuance of the Life Peerages Act 1958, and of our all other powers, in that behalf us enabling to, by these presents, advance, create, and prefer our trusty and well-beloved Captain Proudmore, Councillor Captain Proudmore, to the state, degree, style, dignity, and title and honour of Baron Wilton of Wilton in the county of Wiltshire, to have and hold on to him for his life, willing, and by these presents granting us and I as a successor that he may hold and possess a seat, place, voice, and in the parliaments and public assemblies of and councils of us, our heirs and successors within our United Kingdom amongst the barons, and also that he may enjoy and use all the rights, privileges, preeminences, immunities, and advantages to the degree of a baron duly belonging, which barons of our United Kingdom have heretofore used and enjoy as they do at present use and enjoy. In witness whereof we have caused these our letters to be made patent, witness ourselves at Westminster, the 29th day of October in the first year of our reign. You don't have the oath on you because you asked and I said nothing, right? So you can repeat it after me if you want, and you can just say I do at the end, if that works for you. Okay, but do you want the oath or affirmation? Yeah, the affirmation is like non-religious, essentially. Oath. Do you swear by Almighty God that you will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Edward, his heirs and successors according to law, so help you God? I do. Okay, now what happens is, Henry, you start walking out, and Captain, you follow him by the left side, yeah. And Captain, if you follow him, yeah, just essentially by the route he went. No, not that way. No, the way Henry went. Yeah, like turn left and then walk past Theo. Yeah. And then go up to Danger and shake his hand. There you are. And that's basically what an introduction is like. Man, where is everyone? And then you guys just leave and get unrobed. Yeah. The first introduction done. And let me just quickly teleport the spectators in here.
All right, we will get down to business. Question Lord Beaconsfield.
Beaconsfield. Isn't it Beaconsfield?
It can be either. That's what I've found anyway. My lords, we haven't heard anything from the Foreign Secretary since his statement of appointment. We haven't seen any posts in the international feed from him. We've seen no agency announcement from the Foreign Office from him. All the work there seems to be done by the Permanent Secretary. So can the government just say whether the Foreign Secretary is actually doing anything?
The Foreign Secretary went on 2 state visits, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately for the government, I guess, he's gone on vacation and should be returning shortly.
My lords, I do find it quite strange that there was no public message sent about this, that there was no message sent that a Minister for Foreign Affairs would fill in for the Secretary of State. I mean, really, is this just poor government communication and poor representation on the government's behalf of Britain abroad?
The Prime Minister is still very active in the Foreign Office, and I believe MJK, the Foreign Secretary, does do a lot of work while not actively visiting, as well as you mentioned, the Permanent Secretary. So I do not believe this government is misrepresenting the public, the government, just because he has gone on vacation.
My lord, in the SPP manifesto, both MI5 and MI6 were promised to the British public. MI5 obviously has nothing to do with the Foreign Secretary, but MI6 does. So will the Minister inform the Noble House if any progress has been made to the opening of MI6?
Was that question on the order paper?
I don't know. Not Des said I can ask my own supplementary.
My lords, I will have to get back to him on that matter, as I am not up to date on the proceedings of the intelligence services bills.
If there are no further supplementary questions, question Lord Gorsley. If I'm correct, he's not here and he hasn't designated anyone to ask his question. Communications Bill, second reading.
Alfio, and if you look in the group chat, there's like a work in progress brief which we're editing.
Oh, great. My lords, I beg to move that we now read this bill a second time.
My lords, fairly uncontroversial bill. I've had a quick skim for it with what little time I have available. I mean, Ofcom at the end of the day, I do think it does serve a purpose. It does ensure that the British people get accurate news, reliable news, and at the end of the day, we must seek to inform them responsibly, rather than allowing them to be misled. Yeah.
My lords, I have realised. I thought there'd be a vote after I made the motion, but clearly not. I didn't quite understand what the proceedings were. If I could just do a very quick opening statement. Yes, I do agree with my honourable friend on the Woolsack. The media definitely needs regulation. I believe this bill very adequately provides that. It includes a lot of stuff. It is 12 pages, but it's a very short 12 pages. It's essentially it compounds a lot of different bills. So it compounds the Office of Communications bill. It compounds it by compounds I mean the kind of merges the bills. It includes the Media Act. It includes the Wireless Telegraphy Act. And many different acts. It merges a lot of different acts, and obviously the Communications Act of 2003. And all of these are sort of compiled into this bill, and it establishes Ofcom, it establishes a bit of media regulation, and it's good. It's and I do commend this bill to the House.
My lords, I don't know the exact section, but in this bill, it does say that Ofcom has the power to refuse a registration for news companies if they feel that they have a political affiliation or bias which could be used. Does the minister, this is sort of a question to the whole House, isn't that a bit concerning? I think it's right that we hear news from all sides of all political sides and just downright refusing them. Not only will a bunch of news companies which have been registered under political, like when it says what affiliation do they have, they're affiliated to a party, they're already set up, and for the future it sort of just makes the news more inactive because some companies will want to be biased to a certain party. But yeah.
My lord, I do not believe the bill says anyone with a political affiliation
Clause
can't do a
5.
news company. Huh?
Clause 5, I think.
Clause 5. Yes, if a company is registered as partial, it must be. Yeah. It doesn't say anyone. It doesn't say it can't. How do I? My brain's mashed for some reason. Yeah, it doesn't say that. It says that the information should be sent to the should be sent to Ofcom, so they need to be informed if there's political bias. So it doesn't prevent people with political bias from owning a news source. And you would have liked the original draft because originally it said Secretary of State, but I didn't really want those powers.
If there are no further points of debate, the question is that the bill be read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. The contents have it. The contents have it. What is the next bit?
Now Theo moves that the bill be committed.
I move that this bill.
I moved the motion in my name on the order paper.
Sorry. What he said. I moved that the motion. I can't even see that on the thing.
It's. I believe it's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. My lords, I beg to move the motion standing in my name on the order paper.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. Okay, Deb, you may need to advise me on this.
Lad, do you realise this bill's Salisbury Convention, and you just failed it?
Yeah, to be fair, you actually can't fail it by ordinarily, so it should just pass. But yeah, I suppose. I suppose we have to divide then, so that's
yeah.
really annoying.
Okay, yeah. There is to be a division. I shall notify the House when voting is open. Division, clear the bar.
I'll just have it for 120 seconds because I'm going to explain. The division
yeah,
lobby
it's in the manifesto, so it's protected by the Salisbury Convention.
Let me just quickly
So,
check. Josh,
Proudmore, contents over here behind the government bench, not contents over here behind the opposition bench.
yeah, we'll just do it like that.
Oh, sorry.
So Josh was going to make something special for that, but he didn't get to doing it. And yeah, obviously voting not content for this is basically the same as voting not content for the bill. I don't really know why. Guys, what the hell?
Hello.
Okay, if you two don't go behind the behind this area, I'm not really going to be able to count your votes.
Lads, this is protected by the Salisbury Convention. I'm really going to throw the Salisbury Convention out in like the first 2 weeks of the House of Lords. Because the Salisbury Convention is a precedent. You realise, like.
I mean, guys, something useful
Henry,
to just bear in
Henry,
mind.
you wanna vote not content,
A second reading vote should always be regarded generally as a vote on the general principles. So I don't know if that helps you make a decision.
The lobbies are basically the same as in the real chamber. It's just behind this area.
Ramon, you go vote content and I'll vote not content. Nope.
Yeah, if you just stand back here, yeah, then I can count your vote. I'm not sure why you guys are voting no on this. Okay, and there he goes. Great. So there's a bit of a useless division for us. We're gonna look very sensible on the BBC, I think.
There's no one watching it.
Oh, good. Okay.
I don't think anyone cares about the House of Lords. Rightly so. We're pointless.
Danger, I'll show you what to say once I give you the paper.
All right.
There you
Read
are.
that out.
Yep, you guys can go.
Thank you.
And then I give you the speech. Hold on.
all three people voted.
The
and some
RP.
good
Yeah.
attendance.
There you are.
There have voted content, 2 not content, 1 the contents have it, the contents have it.
Weird question. Is there I forgot the word, but like an amount of people required for a division?
This is commitment. So good question. Let's ask. That's a very good question. Oh my god, I forgot. On any stage of a bill.
Deb, do I need to
ChatGPT.
pause for this, or can we keep going?
No, can you pause real quick? Ah, I forgot. Yeah, that's a good question because we didn't do commitment in BUK, so I kind of forgot if we need to do it for this. On stage of a bill. Okay, hold on. Yeah, and guys, now I have to check the standing orders.
Henry, I hope you brought a pillow and a blanket because we're going to be here a while at this rate.
No, I'll be really quick. I just really need to
I am freezing right now. I might go get a blanket.
quorum on divisions for bill or subordinate. On a question for approving or less than 30 votes are voted. Wait, the quorum's 30. Oh my god.
Well, no, we're not.
Okay.
We're not. No. Just no. I'm.
No.
No.
I think it's fine because this. I think this is fine because this is commitment. It's not actually a stage of a bill, so I think it's okay. Let's say it is okay because even if it's not okay, that's going to just block any government business, any business ever. So yeah, let's say the consent.
I mean, look, there's 4 of us here. We'll just say that 4 of us equal about 10 people. There. Second reading of the taxation bill, Lord Privy Seal.
My lords, I beg to move the bill now be read a second time. And I will not sit down. I will keep standing up and do the opening statement. The taxation bill, yet another bill that was in our manifesto. It establishes HMRC, establishes powers to prosecute and stuff. It establishes a lot of stuff to tax. I do believe the government is getting someone in who's a bit more of a financial expert to give them a peerage in the Lords to help advise this house on more financial matters, because I won't lie to you, I'm a bit useless at financial stuff. But it's a decently. I mean, it's the same length as the communications bill, maybe a bit bigger because we have a blank page halfway through the communications bill. But yeah, adds a bunch of tax laws. You can no longer, well, I mean, you can evade tax anyway, but now tax evasion is Robloxified. As is HMRC, as is interest on tax, overpaid tax, making false statements in a tax return, false accounting for tax purposes. Those are all offences. Tax relief, and a lot of other stuff.
The quorum for the house, like how many people is the minimum for us to sit?
No quorum. It's just on bills. A minimum of 30 must vote.
30.
Jimmy.
Yeah, 30. Obviously, that's in divisions only. So don't force any divisions, or else we won't be able to pass it.
You shouldn't have said that.
I mean, we can ignore it for Roblox, but you know, it's the same problem with division times.
My lords, I won't lie, I'm always very skeptical about hearing the words taxation on Roblox. I mean, I'm skeptical about it, but I do understand that they are trying to come up with some sort of in-game economic system. So I'm willing to give the system a chance. And if the noble lord, who I humbly welcome into the chamber, I'm sure it will appreciate his expertise, given his accounting expertise, I'm willing to trust his judgment on this. And yeah, let's see how it works out in the end.
My lords, I beg we move.
If there is no further debate, the question is that the bill be read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. The contents have it, the contents have it.
And then for your commitment, again, we have to do it every time, unfortunately.
My lords, I beg we move the order standing in my name.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content.
Always put aye.
Contents have it, the contents have it. Second reading, Constitutional Reform and Governance Amendments Bill. Lord Privy Seal.
Sorry, 1 second. It's the same thing every time, isn't it? My lords, I beg we move the bill be now read a second time. Sorry, what bill is this? This is employment rights, isn't it?
This is Crag.
This is Crag, sorry. My bills are not in order. The Crag Act, you've heard a lot about it recently. It's this one just amends. There'll be a more lengthy amendment to Crag, maybe even a full replacement bill coming up. However, this is a this is like an urgent amendment we need. So it's just a very small amendment to the bill to just lower times essentially. Because I imagine that the actual Crag Act, those 3-day sitting periods, are actually like 3 months or something like that. So it just lessens times to make it more adequate to roadblocks whilst we wait for the Attorney General / Justice Secretary to write a big old Crag Act.
My lords, I've had a look through this bill. I got very worried when I saw Crag, as I was worried I'd have to go through the entire act from real life again. Luckily, it's very specific in its provisions. I don't see any major cause for concern. Possibly one about a resolution from one house guaranteeing it. We might want to make it so that potentially a resolution passed by the other place confirming its support for a treaty for ratification might be a good amendment to submit. But I mean, either way, it's not a particularly controversial amendment. Sorry, not a particularly controversial bill, I don't think. I don't really see why it won't pass.
Well, Lords, you said that this was needed urgently. Why?
It's needed urgently because it fixes parts of the Crag Bill, the Crag Act of 2010, that makes sitting periods very long. So as you can see in period A, the sitting period is being lessened to 3 days. In the RL Crag Act, that is far longer. So it is in everyone's best interests to lessen this whilst we wait for the Lord Chancellor to complete the bigger bill, which I'm sure will be far more debate worthy.
If there is no further point of debate, the question is that the bill be read a second time. As many as are of last opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. I think the not contents have it.
Oh,
I
you
think-
just. Oh, that's unfortunate. Guess we're not getting into NATO.
Dave, you should say it. You should say it again. So then, if Theo wants to protest, he can protest.
Yeah, maybe you should have told us why you needed it urgently, man.
Okay.
I'm protesting right now. Thank you.
Yeah, there you are. So Danger. Yeah. So what you're meant to say
Yeah.
after you say, "I think the not contents have it," Theo then says, "Content again," and then you say, "I think the not contents have it."
Okay, obviously this is what Mallorca likes to do. Question will be
I
decided
think-
by the question will be decided by a division. I shall notify the House when voting is open.
And we'll
Division
ignore
clear the bar.
We'll have it. We'll have British 120. Clear
I
the bar.
mean, Henry,
Division clear the bar.
I'm not sure why you voted it down in the first place. There was no reason to vote it down.
So Alcium, not content over here behind opposition. Contents over here behind government.
But if you guys feel like getting into NATO, then you should probably pass this amendment.
Yeah. So Josh was going to make something a much better system for it, but for now we're just going to recreate the normal system, and you guys will just stand behind the little lobby. Hold on. Let me get a sign. How do I duplicate? Clone. Okay. Stand around this sign, guys. Oh, it looks like people aren't actually voting in the division. We'll give them the other minute. I don't know. Maybe they're being slow.
Oh, I'm abstaining, and I think Brownlaw is.
Okay. All right. Well, I set the time limit, so I might as well stick to it. Oh, this is cute. I wonder why you added this. Interesting. Also, I can't lie. It's been 15 minutes after Josh said he would show up, and he's not here. So, Danger, you might have to do committee stage, which is going to be incredibly interesting.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we could just adjourn committee stage to another day.
You can, if you want.
I've got other interest at 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
as
yeah.
do I.
I don't have anything at 9 o'clock today. You guys suck. You're losers. Right, good
Wow.
job.
Wow.
You're what now?
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, you guys can come back. I've got it. The result is obvious. Danger. So I'll come give you the paper in a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, just making a record of it. And obviously, in real life, there's tellers appointed, and we're not doing that. Here you are.
That have voted contents to not content. 0, the contents have it. The contents have it.
And Theo, the committee.
Committee.
Commitment, sorry.
Right. My lords, I beg to move the motion standing in my name on the order paper.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content. On the contrary, not content.
State
The
fast.
contents have it. The contents have it. Second reading, the Employment Rights Bill, Lord Privy Seal.
Committee stage draws closer.
The Employment Rights Bill. Is this the? So is this the committee stage one? No, that's never mind.
This is second reading.
Yeah, right. Employment Rights Bill, ladies and gentlemen. This is a. I can't get it up anymore. This is a longer bill. This is giving employees rights. Which is pretty simple. Quite a few chapters. How many chapters are there? 3? 2? Right, there's 2 chapter 2s. That's interesting. Oh, sorry. There's 4 chapters, 2 part 3. Oh my lord, how many parts are there? 4 parts, like 6 chapters. So essentially gives people rights in employment. It covers many things: military, public, private. It's basic employee rights. This will be very important in the game and private sector. So people can't just get fired willy-nilly. And in government, they can't get fired, and in the armed forces, they can't be discharged without reason. It's all very important for the stability of the private sector, especially. And I do hope you'll all pass it.
My lords, I must reiterate once more. I do think the government does have a rather unhealthy obsession with long legislation. I feel like it's an attempt to try and predict every potential loophole that could be found in a bill or every potential flaw that could arise later on. But that's really not the mentality that I think needs to be put into legislation. I'm personally of the opinion that you should create legislation to achieve its base goals and then see what holes open up over time so that it can be fixed retrospectively rather than trying to plug every hole before it's even appeared. In terms of the actual content of the bill, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really have a major opinion on it. I mean, I feel like employment rights on Roblox is a bit of a non-issue for the most part. But yeah, I guess I can kind of see why it would be relevant. Yeah.
My lord, I will have to disagree on the long legislation point. The real legislation, as with a lot of our legislation that is longer, that legislation is hundreds and hundreds of pages long, with hundreds of chapters and many parts. So we are very much condensing things here, condensing a lot of IRL legislation into more Roblox friendly stuff. Right now, no one has rights. No one has employment rights. Because to qualify for employment rights, you have to be employed for 2 years. It lessens that amount. It lessens it to I don't actually know how far it lessens it, but I assume to a Roblox standard. I can't. It's a long bill. I don't exactly know what part of the legislation it is, but it'll be a reasonable time. I imagine somewhere around 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks on the part, and I don't believe it's a non-issue either. All civil servants, which are fired, they don't get employment rights. So if you have been standing up for the civil servants recently, they couldn't have been fired if they had this bill, but they will get this bill now. Not that I'm saying they didn't deserve to be fired, because they did. However, that's what this bill does, and that's why this bill is needed. It just gives basic rights to people so they can't get fired, as the IRL legislation means that we would have to be sat in here for 2 years to qualify. I mean, I'm sure it could be done, in old BUK, if this group lasts, 2 years, and you stay in the same job for 2 years, well done. You'll be the only guy in the group to have employment rights, and they can't fire you as easily. However, you'd have to stick it out. I'm not sure many people could do that. Yeah, maybe you get you get a badge that says employment right. You have rights in 2 years if this bill doesn't pass. But this government believes everyone should have rights, and I believe this bill is part of the Salisbury Convention as well. So I do hope it passes tonight.
If there are no further points of debate, the question is that the bill be read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say content. On the contrary, not content. The contents have it. The contents have it.
So Josh said he'd be coming soon, but yeah. We can. I don't know. We could adjourn shortly. Adjourn shortly, just and then come back and do that for a little break. I don't know. Kind of depends what you guys want. But if Josh is coming, it's better to do committee today.
All right, we'll try and get it sorted as long as it can be done in like 15 minutes. Because I have something
As
that I
quick
need
as you
to
guys
do.
make it, to be honest.
All right. Theo, you need to move your thing.
If you just move the house adjourn during. Oh wait, no, there's a commitment thing first. But if afterwards, if you move the adjourn during pleasure, you can just wait around.
Totally forgot about the commitment. My lords, I beg to move the motion standing in my name on the order paper.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content. On the contrary, not content. The contents have it. The contents have it.
Yeah, if you just stand and say I beg to move the house do now adjourn during pleasure, that'll be fine.
I thought Danger only has 15 minutes.
Danger, do you only have 15 minutes?
Well, bear in mind, I need to be somewhere for 9.
Yes,
So,
of course. Okay, well we can.
I'm sorry, mate. You can't blame me for having an interesting life.
We can slam through a committee in 15 minutes, surely.
I think the problem is that I've got to chair the committee and I've got business.
Josh says he's coming. Yeah, let's hope it can be done quickly. Yeah, and you have to sit in this chair, so you can't exactly stand up and stand to the side and.
Josh will be here in spirit.
He says he's coming, so you know. You should be here.
I mean, if we just got the motions to committee started, and he just turns up.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, Theo, you can also move them on behalf of Danger if he so wants. Like that's fine if Danger is okay with that.
I mean, I won't lie to you, Danger. We are planning. I have been told to allow.
I mean, if you check,
you've been told to vote against them, haven't you?
I've been told to vote against one of them, not the rest of them. Where the fuck? This group chat's too long.
They're just the most recent message, but. Oh, sorry. Government group chat. Sorry, not Lord's group chat.
I don't know which one that is. Where's the talk? It's gone. Not that they're any use to me now. Is this it? Which one's the one about teaching qualifications? Don't tell me it's the first one.
No, I think it's the last one on the amendment paper.
Right. Well, can I move all of them but the last one and hopefully Josh will arrive?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure. Okay, you guys can start with the usual. No, not yet. There's a line for you to read first, Danger.
Is there?
From the Woolsack. Well, actually, I'd read it usually, but whatever.
A House to be in committee on the Higher Education Bill, Lord Privy Seal.
I suppose I'm meant to read something here, aren't I? My lords, I beg to move that this bill now be Sorry, wrong bit.
I beg to move that the House do now resolve itself into a committee upon the bill.
I beg to move that this House now do resolve itself into a committee upon this bill.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content. On the contrary, not content. Contents have it. The contents have it.
And yeah, and then you. So now we are in committee. So the rules in speaking are quite different here, but just continue as normal. So yeah, Theo, you don't really move that much. You move something, but anyway, Danger. Now you proceed with the rest.
That clause 1 stand part of the bill. As many as are of that opinion say content. On the contrary, not content. Contents have it. The contents have it. In clause 2, amendment 1, Lord Exeter on behalf of Lord Beaconsfield.
So from my understanding, this amendment is to establish a board of 5 members to oversee the Department of Education or something. An OFS board. Is that a? Oh, I assume that's like Ofcom. Yeah, Ofsted board. Right. Yeah, it just establishes Ofsted. It's agreeable to the government, so I do commend it to the House. I beg to move on.
Okay, Deb, I think I'm right in saying this. Amendment proposed, page 3, line 33. Leave out chair and insert leadership. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content on the contrary, not content.
Yeah.
Contents have it, the contents have it. Clause 2, Amendment 2. Lord Exeter on Lord Beaconfield's behalf.
That's what I was just reading. I totally blanked the one at the top about chair and leadership. I mean, doesn't change much, but yeah, this is the one that establishes the board, and the government finds it agreeable. I do commend it to the committee.
Amendment proposed, page 3, line 37. At end, insert the words as printed on the marshalled list. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. The contents have it, the contents have it. Clause 2, Amendment 3. Lord Exeter on Lord Beaconfield's behalf.
Again, more stuff to do with Ofsted. Yeah, just very content, I reckon. Is OFS not Ofsted?
OFS is Office for Students.
Jeez.
Amendment
What's
proposed,
Ofsted?
page 3, line 39. After OFS, insert, comma, upon the approval of the OFS board. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. Contents have it, the contents have it. Clause 2, Amendment 4. Lord Exeter on Lord Beaconfield's behalf.
More stuff to do with Office for Students. Apparently they're meant to be chosen by university providers. News to me. Very content though.
The question is that the amendment be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary. Oh wait, sorry. Amendment proposed, page 4, line 4. After OFS, insert and all board members, excluding that chosen by university providers. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. As many as are of that opinion say content, on the contrary, not content. Contents have it, the contents have it.
Danger, if you want to stop now, Josh has arrived.
Yes, let's go.
Oh, what the hell? You know? Nope, he's back.
Oh.
Yep.
Must have disconnected. Right, come out.
Is he Josh?
Josh, yeah. What is he
Josh?
doing?
What's that American spelling like?
He's Canadian,
George?
but yeah.
Close enough.
Here you are. Josh, if you sit down in the committee chair and go to page 5 in the brief. We have just done, I believe, clause 2, amendment 4. So now we're going to move the clause 2 as amended stand part of the bill. So that's where you're on now.
What's
You just yeah, and then there's the clauses for enforced stand part in the bill, as in the brief. You basically read out, pardon me, everything on there. Sorry, Josh isn't aware of what's happening. And I'm dying of a cold or something.
I don't. What's
So this is basically voting that they aren't removed from the bill. We have
Alright.
to do it as per IRL. It's not a Roblox thing. Because in real life, sometimes you might disagree with a whole section, so you just vote that they don't stand part. And it's pretty
Alright.
simple.
So why are we doing this now and not the last amendment?
Because they're not being amended, so we just move on.
All right.
So it's chronological, so we go down the bill.
My lords, this amendment was tabled by me following the debate at the second reading. It would essentially establish the qualified teacher status, or QTS. It was a system that we worked with back in the old BUK Department for Education, essentially requiring that academic staff teaching at universities hold a QTS qualification. Essentially, the way I envisage it, the way I envisage this for BUK, for some reason I can't speak today, is. Oh, sorry, the way I envisage this is for RPUK, is that it will provide teachers with the skills that they need in order to teach, in order to transmit and transfer information to students. It shouldn't work as a priority to give them the material with which they need to teach. It should be to give them the ability to provide that information to students, teaching them how to put together a presentation, how to make a worksheet, whatever. And it will establish some of the requirements for the exam. No, not for the exam. For some of the requirements for applicants when applying for a QTS. Gives the OFS the ability to revoke a QTS in certain circumstances. At the end of the day, I just think it will ensure good quality teaching at our universities. And at the end of the day, that should be the priority, because the British people deserve the best.
My lords, while I do believe the noble gentleman is good with his intentions, there is no correlation between we have some small there's some small bits that we don't particularly like for the qualifications. To zoom in, committing a crime, there is no correlation between committing a crime in game and your ability to teach. This isn't really real life, so people can be revived, so murder isn't really a big issue. The description of acting as a criminal and holding connection